Hi, welcome to Laura's View and Tarot 2. I am so glad you're here. Today's date is Monday, September 4th, 2023. In the United States, it's the Labor Day weekend, the traditional end of the summer period for the United States, even though the season doesn't officially end until later this month. In this video, I want to take a look at a developing situation we have going on in Nevada with the Burning Man Festival, which has been hit by rains and mud. And I hear FEMA and the National Guard are on site. Now, I have taken care with the compilation I'm taking you to. It doesn't include any of the really wild speculation going on about Burning Man because it seems to be a developing situation and we'll know more later. So I realize there's chatter that there's this dire health emergency happening there, that people are getting sick, that yeah, I'm not going to go into the rumors. I'm just let's look at the event and then see what the universe wants us to know about it. Okay, if the rumors have truth, over time we'll figure that out, but I'm not going to jump into those. Okay, let me go to my compilation. As always, this compilation will be available to you if you click on the Facebook link that is located in the video description box in the YouTube posting of this video. 1 second. The Diane Marshall report had a good article today about how Burning Man, just asking kind of sardonically, do they have a plan B? Because the half inch of rain that landed in that area where the temporary city every year of Black Rock goes up for the Burning Man Festival, it has become a mud fest. And it is, people have been asked to wait until it dries out before they leave. They've been advised to conserve water and food and to shelter warmly and safely in place. I think that kind of gives you a little bit of background if you're not familiar with the Black Rock city and the festival that's known as Burning Man. So there has been one confirmed death at Burning Man. There's 70,000 people that were there as participants. It's not outside the statistical probability that one person would pass away during the festival. There's lots of drugs and alcohol that are used, and just died suddenly episodes that can happen. The person who passed away apparently was 40 years old. Now, here are the principles of Black Rock City. And I thought it was kind of interesting. Here's their official burningman.org event site. Roads are still muddy this morning, but Exodus is planned to start around noon, Monday, 9/4. As I understand that hasn't worked out for them, but it is not yet noon their time. Check this website for latest information. So there you have it. And the Wet Play Festival Survival Guide is now up here. And I thought it was kind of interesting that they have 10 principles of the organization, and you can read those at your own leisure and see what's going on with those. Here they are. I'll quickly go to them here because I thought, besides radical self-expression, they do have radical self-reliance, and that may be being put to the test. They also support communal efforts, civic responsibility, and leaving no trace. So hopefully once they leave, all there will be is some muddy footprints in that valley when they do end up leaving. So now there is also some confirmed unusual air traffic over that area. So there is chatter that I think may not be speculative, wildly speculative, that this situation with the weather was modified. Some of the other speculation out there is it was a contrived, controlled experiment to try X, Y, or Z. Let's see what the universe wants us to know about Burning Man 2023 and advice and insights about just that entire event. Let's see what happens, okay? I'm kind of interested to see what the universe wants us to know. Okay, I'm going to move the cat, change camera, and we'll see what the cards want us to find out. Okay, some of the things I have found interesting about this situation, we're hearing that even with the National Guard and FEMA on site there at Burning Man, people are not being allowed to leave. Some are getting out, and thank goodness for cell phones that are allowing people to upload situation updates that will be a little more accurate than the official narrative. So let's see what insights and information. Is this situation especially man-made? I'm sorry, talking about the mud and the lockdown that's in place for them. One thing, these 73,000, now 72,999 players are going to get a taste of what smart city living can be like. So Burning Man 2023, insights and information from the universe. King of Cups, Ace of Wands, Knight of Wands, Judgment, Five of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles, and 10 of Pentacles. Okay, near future, we got lots of tangible asset signs showing up here with the Pentacles. Okay, let's talk about what these cards are indicating to us. First of all, the situation has been, we're not getting accurate information about it. The King of Cups is not known to be totally truthful. Whatever's in his best interest, he will go with. He's also surrounded by water. Interesting, because the excessive and unusual rainfall is what is started this mud bath that is was formerly the Burning Man festival site. The Ace of Wands is showing up. Now, wands are fast-moving energy, which is good. So the situation isn't going to take that long to resolve. That's nice to know. And the Ace of Wands talks about new beginnings and creative success. So creativity-wise, Burning Man was a success. Okay. However, we've got the Knight of Wands showing up here, and he tends to be a little bit, he can act prematurely. So whatever the situation, however much of it has been man-made, wasn't well thought out. The Judgment card showing up, interestingly enough, for the present situation. And the Judgment card's a major arcana, and it often talks about reviewing choices. So I'm sure some people are having some second thoughts about, why am I here? Okay. And also, yeah, this event is totally, it's been kind of hijacked by an agenda. The near future outlook here, looking at this, because we know it's going to resolve fairly quickly. It only takes a few days for the Nevada desert to absorb or evaporate rainfall, but it was days that those festival goers weren't planning to have to deal with. And if there have been other elements that, like I said, we'll find out if any of this chatter about pathogens or issues like that proves to be true, we'll know soon enough. The Five of Pentacles, they are willingly suffering, so they put themselves in that situation, and they're going their own way in this card. So that kind of speaks to, people are kind of waiting for the opportunity to leave. But what's interesting is on either side of it, the insights cards here. Okay, so like I said, this the man-made element to this unusual development in the Burning Man festival, it wasn't as well thought out as it could have been. It's not going to be as devastating as maybe those that were into shenanigan planning had hoped. Okay, ultimately, the vast majority of people that are there are going to get home safely, but rumors are going to swirl for quite some time about what caused that rain, what the agenda was playing out, what the presence there of FEMA and National Guard, when it's it would be so easy to airlift people out, let them come back in a week to their vehicles, what have you. What's going on there, we don't yet know. And there's some competing narratives out there coming out about that. Let's get 2 more cards, see what's going on. Okay. Now, festival goers have been advised to conserve their resources, and that's what this card indicates. It also kind of is a nod to, again, they're not going to get the shenanigans element at play here is not going to see as much go as far as was originally hoped. Now, part of the reason of that, we got the Queen of Swords showing up. She is our justice suit and very clear thinking and a lot of strength about her. So again, even though this unusual, there's going to be a lot of memes about Burning Man turning into Mudding Man, and there has been the one confirmed death, and we'll see if there's others. And what, you know, anytime you have this many people, there's going to be some rumors and circulating. So it's going to be kind of interesting to see how this plays out. But again, I'm trying to go with the facts, and the facts are an unusual rain at Burning Man has stranded people. The FEMA and National Guard element there don't seem to be assisting so much in evacuation as in sheltering in place and kind of putting them in a lockdown situation. And there has been one confirmed death, and we'll see, you know, what else shakes out and what ends up being true and what is rumor. Okay, quick recap. We tried to avoid the highly speculative rumor aspects to Burning Man 2023, where almost 73,000 festival goers have had to deal with an unusual rainfall in the Nevada desert, where this temporary city is put up for the festival. And we're going to let time advise us which of those stories coming out had some truth to them. The universe advised us, first of all, that the situation, they're not being quite honest about it. There has been some shenanigans, weather manipulation that caused this or made it worse than it could have been. But overall, the Burning Man Festival has been in the past a creative success. It will continue. This is not the end of the Burning Man celebration. It's just one of the more unusual endings to it. So that part was good. If you've been a Burning Man participant or fan or art contributor, you know, you're not going to have your chance to do it in the future done away with. It will continue. The Knight of Wands tells us that the shenanigans element of this, whether it's simply just weather manipulation or whether it was weather manipulation and some controlled sociology things going on here, or maybe, you know, preparedness questions or whatever the shenanigans are. They acted a little prematurely, and it's not going to go to the extent that they had hoped. Okay. The Judgment card showed up for the current situation. Okay. So there are people in the background that have had some shenanigan element to this. They're going to be facing some accountability for it. And then just the festival goers themselves are probably kind of having some second thoughts about their participation and how things went this year. And maybe they should have vacated a little sooner. We'll see. They're not at ease on site. They are not comfortable, and hopefully the rumors we're hearing that the lockdowns are involuntary, that they're not being allowed to leave, that people will find ways to go leave. Despite that having a public eye on it will make those people who seem to be emergency response actually acting a humanitarian way and help with evacuation. So we're hoping so. Now, the overall, the other cards just told us that the shenanigans element again wasn't able to roll out as fully as they had hoped. And I would suggest that you listen, if you're there at Burning Man, that you listen to the advice to conserve water and food, and take whatever steps you need to stay dry as possible and healthy as possible. If you see an avenue where you can exit and leave, please do so. You have that right. We're still even though we're a banana republic, this is still America. So freedom of choice, freedom of movement should be part of that, right? Anyway, that's it for this video. Let's see how the news shakes out about Burning Man 2023 as the mud dries up and people eventually are allowed to leave. And in the meantime, I would suggest that you, if you're interested in this topic, you go to social media sites where actual participants are posting some updates. They will be much more reliable than the official narrative, as always, no matter what the narrative is. So this Labor Day weekend is concluding in the United States today in Sauguaway in Nevada for the Burning Man participants. And I hope anybody else who is enjoying this as their national holiday, that you do so safely and in a way that makes you really glad you had that extra day, if you got that extra day. So until next time, love and light, everything bright. Bye.